You look in the mirror, the muscles aren't gone, but they feel dimmed. What if this isn't the beginning of decline, but the start of a quiet rebuild? Today I'll show you 6 science-backed foods that can reawaken strength and begin reversing muscle loss in just 7 days. You don't need to fight your age. You just need to feed the systems that kept you strong all along. Muscle loss after 50 isn't inevitable. With the right nutrients and timing, your body still remembers how to grow, recover, and stabilize. Let's walk through 6 healing foods, each one restoring a piece of your strength. 1. Tart cherry juice. Rest, repair, rebuild. You don't rebuild muscle in the gym. You rebuild it at night, when you're not thinking about it, when the body finally turns inward and repairs. But after 50, that process doesn't always work like it used to. Why? Because your sleep gets lighter, your recovery gets slower, and inflammation, like background noise, stays high, even when you're resting. This is where Tart cherry juice comes in. Think of your muscles like a neighborhood hit by a quiet storm. At night, the body sends out its repair crews, melatonin, antioxidants, growth hormones. But as we age, those crews show up late or in fewer numbers. Tart cherries help restore that rhythm. Here's the science. Tart cherries are rich in natural melatonin, the hormone that tells your body it's time to begin repair. They contain high levels of anthocyanins, a plant compound that reduces oxidative stress in muscle tissue. They lower C-reactive protein, CRP, a marker of chronic inflammation tied to slower recovery. A 2021 study in the Scandinavian Journal of Sports Medicine found that adults who consumed tart cherry juice recovered 24% faster after exercise, with reduced soreness and better sleep quality after just 7 days. Ritual to try: the cherry sleep. Setup 1. Choose 100% tart cherry juice, not sweetened or blended. 2. Drink 4 to 6 ounces about 30 to 60 minutes before bedtime. 3. Do not pair it with large meals. Light stomach helps absorption. 4. Bonus: pair with light stretching or a warm foot soak to ease transition into sleep. What to look for: falling asleep faster, less muscle ache in the morning, waking up with more fluidity and less stiffness, gentle changes in mood or mental clarity by day 3 to 5. Optional, if you prefer whole food forms, half cup of frozen or dried tart cherries can work too, though juice is more concentrated. This isn't a miracle. It's a message to your nervous system, to your muscle fibers, to the deeper repair systems that thrive on quiet consistency. So, before bed tonight, ask yourself, have I created the internal environment for my muscles to restore, not just rest? Sometimes strength doesn't start with lifting. It starts with listening, and with one small glass that tells the body, you can heal now. 2. Greek yogurt, the forgotten muscle snack. We often think of protein as something you take after a workout, but there's a hidden window, one that happens while you sleep, when your body does its most important rebuilding. And to support that, you need a protein that doesn't rush. You need one that stays, lingers, releases slowly. That's what makes Greek yogurt so powerful. If protein is the brick of muscle growth, then casein, the main protein in Greek yogurt, is the mortar. It doesn't just build, it holds the structure together, especially when your body is at rest. Greek yogurt delivers 2 gifts at once. 1. Casein protein, a slow-digesting fuel that feeds your muscles for hours. 2. Probiotics, good bacteria that improve digestion, nutrient absorption, and reduce inflammation. In a 2019 study from UCLA, older adults who ate Greek yogurt daily with exercise experienced 15% greater gains in lean muscle mass over 8 weeks compared to those who didn't include yogurt in their routine. Even without exercise, yogurt alone helps stabilize weight, mood, and sleep. But the secret isn't just in eating it. It's about timing. Ritual to try: the evening strength bowl, half to 1 cup, plain Greek yogurt. Look for 15 grams plus protein per serving. Add 1 teaspoon chia seeds, omega-3 plus slow digestion, a few blueberries or pomegranate seeds, antioxidants, a sprinkle of cinnamon or walnuts, anti-inflammatory bonus. Eat it as your last snack, 1 to 2 hours before bed. Bonus, if you walk in the afternoon or early evening, this snack can boost overnight repair and curb cravings. What to watch for? Waking up less stiff, feeling more solid or steady during movements, improved bowel regularity from probiotics, fewer nighttime hunger spikes or sugar crashes. Caution, choose plain, unsweetened yogurt, avoid fruit on bottom or added sugars. If lactose sensitive, try lactose-free Greek yogurt or sheep's milk yogurt. Because sometimes rebuilding strength doesn't mean adding something dramatic. It means reclaiming what we forgot was powerful all along. So tonight, ask yourself, am I giving my muscles the mortar they need, or just stacking bricks and hoping they'll stay? 3. Starchy veggies, fuel that doesn't fight you. You've likely heard the phrase, carbs make you gain weight. But that's only part of the story. And it's missing the chapter your muscles are begging you to remember. Because not all carbs are the enemy, especially when you're over 50, and your body needs supportive fuel, not restriction. This is where starchy vegetables come in. Think of your muscles like a hybrid car. They need fuel to run, but they also need the right kind of fuel to avoid burning through their own engine. When you skip carbohydrates completely, your body often turns to muscle tissue for energy. That's not fat loss, that's functional decline. But when you add in the right kind of starch, like sweet potatoes, carrots, or squash, you give your body the glycogen it needs to preserve muscle and power daily movement. A 2020 Harvard study found that older adults who paired lean protein with complex carbohydrates after physical activity had significantly improved amino acid uptake, meaning muscles repaired more effectively and inflammation dropped. Starchy veggies are also rich in potassium for muscle contractions, beta-carotene, an antioxidant that reduces oxidative damage, soluble fiber to stabilize blood sugar and reduce cravings. Ritual to try, the strength side. Dish, roast or steam, half cup of sweet potato, butternut squash, carrots or parsnips. Add olive oil, herbs, or a sprinkle of turmeric. Pair with lean protein, eggs, fish, tofu for lunch or dinner. Do this 4 times per week, especially on days you walk or train. What to observe? Smoother post-meal energy, less stiffness in hips and legs, better digestion and evening sleep, reduced cravings for sugar or snacks at night. Avoid fried or overly salted versions, e.g., sweet potato fries. Large portions late at night, save starch for earlier meals. This isn't about going high carb. It's about giving your muscles the fuel they need, so they don't eat themselves trying to survive. So, ask yourself at your next meal, am I feeding strength or starving it with fear and outdated advice? Because sometimes the very food you've been told to avoid is the one that's been quietly missing from your rebuild. 4. Scallops, lean power with ocean memory. Not all proteins are created equal, and not all come with the memory of motion and flow. Some proteins feel heavy, bloated, hard to digest, loaded with fat. But others, like scallops, deliver strength quietly, efficiently, with barely a ripple. Scallops are like ocean electricity for your muscle cells, small, pure, charged with the memory of movement. Each bite carries clean energy, not just calories, but direction. Here's what makes scallops uniquely powerful for rebuilding muscle after 50. 1. Complete protein contains all 9 essential amino acids needed to repair and grow muscle. 2. Omega-3 fatty acids reduce inflammation around muscle fibers and improve insulin sensitivity. 3. High bioavailability. Your body absorbs scallop protein faster and with less digestive strain than red meat. The Spanish Institute of Aging Nutrition, 2021, found that older adults who consumed lean seafood proteins, like scallops or cod, twice per week retained 12% more muscle mass over 6 months compared to non-seafood eaters. Even more important, they had lower C-reactive protein levels, indicating less systemic inflammation, and better grip strength, a marker of longevity. Ritual to try, the ocean protein. Plate 1, choose fresh or frozen scallops, wild caught if possible. 2. Sauté or bake with olive oil, garlic, and lemon. Avoid heavy cream sauces. 3. Pair with 1 cup leafy greens, magnesium, 1/2 cup buckwheat or roasted veggies for fiber, plus carb, balance 4. Eat 2 eggs per week, ideally for lunch or early dinner. Optional rotation, substitute with cod, salmon, rich in omega-3s, shrimp, high protein, low fat. Signs. It's working. Less muscle soreness post-walk, better blood sugar stability, feeling lighter, clearer, more alert after meals. Gentle increase in strength or endurance within 10 to 14 days. Tip: avoid oversalting or deep frying. Watch for allergens if shellfish sensitive, because sometimes what your muscles need isn't more food, but cleaner, quieter, better matched food. One that speaks the same language of motion you're trying to return to. So next time you build your plate, ask, does this help me move the way the ocean moves? Strong, quiet, fluid, alive? 5. Buckwheat, the warrior grain that rebuilds. Not every grain is empty. Not every carb is a culprit. There's one ancient seed, often misunderstood, often overlooked, that carries the quiet strength of a warrior. Its name is buckwheat, and it's not wheat. It's not a grain either. It's a complete plant-based protein, rich in minerals that rebuild the body, especially after 50. Think of buckwheat like a warrior monk, disciplined, nutrient-dense, calm, but ready to repair. It doesn't spike your sugar. It doesn't bloat. It simply supports you, bite by bite. Here's what makes buckwheat exceptional. All 9 essential amino acids, very rare in plant-based foods. Magnesium plus zinc, improve muscle function, nerve conductivity, and insulin response. High fiber, slows digestion, supports gut health, improves protein absorption. A 2022 study from Harvard Medical School showed that adults over 55 who incorporated buckwheat into meals 3 times per week experienced an 18% increase in muscle function over 3 months without changing exercise routines. It also helps stabilize blood sugar and reduce post-meal fatigue, key for maintaining energy in the second half of life. Ritual to try: the buckwheat strength swap. Use 1/2 cup cooked buckwheat in place of Idistos white rice, pasta, bread at dinner. Preparation: rinse, then boil 1 part buckwheat to 2 parts water for approximately 15 minutes. Add olive oil, herbs, or lemon zest. Mix into salads, stir fries, soups, power bowls with beans, eggs, or roasted veg. Bonus: for breakfast, use buckwheat groats cooked like oatmeal with berries plus cinnamon for a high-protein, anti-inflammatory start to the day. Signs to look for: smoother digestion, improved endurance during walks or light workouts, less afternoon crash, more grounded mood and hunger regulation. Tip: check labels. Avoid buckwheat pancakes or noodles with white flour additives. Store in cool, dry place. Naturally gluten-free, but can go rancid if old, because sometimes rebuilding your body doesn't come from adding something new, but from bringing back what was always wise, but forgotten. So, next time you plate your meal, ask, is this food just filling me, or helping rebuild something deeper I want to keep? 6. Whey protein, the fastest fix. Some muscles rebuild slowly, oversleep with time, but sometimes your body needs a faster fix, a signal that says, now, rebuild, repair. That's where whey protein comes in. It's the quickest absorbing source of amino acids we know. And for adults over 50, who often digest slower and absorb less, whey gives your muscles exactly what they need. In the moment they need it most. Right after movement, right after effort, right when your system opens the door. Whey is also rich in leucine, an amino acid that acts like a green light for muscle synthesis. Without enough leucine, your body won't switch on its muscle-building machinery, no matter how much protein you eat. And that's not all. Whey also contains immunoglobulins, proteins that support the immune system, which is often taxed in adults experiencing chronic stress, fatigue, or inflammation. In a 2021 clinical review by the NIH Aging Lab, whey supplementation in sedentary adults over 60 led to improved muscle density within 10 days, reduced inflammatory markers, enhanced energy after just 1 week of consistent intake, Here's how to make it part of your rhythm. Ritual to try: the post-walk shake. After a walk, resistance workout, or even house chores that raise your heart rate, blend 1 scoop grass-fed or isolate whey with. Half banana, handful spinach, unsweetened almond or oat milk, ice or cinnamon, optional. Drink within 30 to 60 minutes of activity. Do this 3 to 5 times a week, even if the workout is light. Or stir into morning oatmeal, mix into Greek yogurt for an amplified protein snack. What to notice? Better recovery after exertion, more fullness, whey is highly satiating, subtle improvements in immune resilience, fewer colds, quicker rebound. Caution: if lactose sensitive, choose whey isolate, very low in lactose. Avoid added sugar, artificial flavors, or mass gainer blends. Because sometimes what your body needs isn't more effort, but a clear, fast-acting signal that it's safe to grow again. So next time you move, ask, am I giving my muscles the chance to respond, or letting the moment slip away without nourishment? Small windows open every day. This one happens right after effort. And whey is the bridge that turns movement into meaningful recovery. Maybe the decline wasn't dramatic, just small shifts. You stopped lifting groceries with one hand. You hesitated on stairs. You caught yourself avoiding long walks, or using the countertop to steady yourself, just in case. Not weakness, just distance. From the strength you once moved with, without even thinking. But here's the truth no one tells you. Your body hasn't forgotten. It's not asking for more force. It's asking for fuel, for rhythm, for small acts of remembering. Because strength after 50 doesn't return by command. It returns by invitation. A food that nourishes, a protein timed just right, a slow lift, a better sleep. Each action becomes a signal, not to grow fast, but to come back home to the body you've carried for decades. So, tonight ask not, why am I losing strength? But, what part of me is ready to return if I feed it right? Muscle isn't about vanity. It's about trusting yourself again, to rise, to carry, to stay independent not just in age, but in spirit. And maybe the most powerful thing you can rebuild now isn't just tissue, it's belief. Pick just one food from this list. Maybe it's cherry juice before bed. Maybe it's a scoop of whey after your walk. Maybe it's buckwheat on a quiet evening when you cook for yourself. Add it to your rhythm for 7 days, not to see how fast your body changes, but to see how softly it begins to remember. Log how you feel. Not just strength, but steadiness, recovery, and quiet confidence. Which food gave you the clearest sign of change? Less soreness, more energy, a better night's sleep? Drop it in the comments. Your small habit may become someone else's starting point. You are not rebuilding for the sake of looking younger. You're rebuilding so you can stay upright, free, and present for the life you still want to live. And every food you choose now, every protein, every sleep-supporting ritual, isn't just for muscle. It's for the life inside the muscle that still wants to carry you forward. Start with one meal, one motion, one quiet decision to feed what's been waiting to rise again.